Here is how when you know that your imagination is your greatest financial asset, here's how you behave when you're looking at your relationship with money and you notice behaviors that you don't care for, that you want to eliminate, that you want to shift around, you want to change. Here's what you do. You ask yourself, why do I do that? You get an answer. Don't just ask it and then find another behavior to explain that question. So, for instance, why do I spend all of my paycheck right after I got paid? And your answer could be, is because I have been restricting myself for a long time. And then I just kind of like lash out and then go on a spending binge. Yeah, it's a succession of behaviors, but that's not actually why you do it. There is a source, there's a reason that's inside of your imagination, your brain. There's a reason in your brain that is causing you to have an emotion that is driving you to first restrict yourself from spending and then also binging. You've got to uncover that because in your imagination, you have ideas that are being formed and they're forming. And those ideas are making you feel certain ways, and then you're behaving. So when these women come to us and we start working together, we really help them identify, okay, we need you to consider how is it that you're thinking about money that is creating the results you have right now? And how do you want to think about money to create the results you just laid out? Like, you want to be debt free. How do you want to think about money that's going to help you be debt free? All of that happens in your imagination. Now, this could be like weight loss, right? And I know this because this is my journey recently. But if you think about it, a woman who is trying to lose 30 pounds, she's never lost 30 pounds. She's never been 30 pounds less, right? Than her current weight. She thinks she cannot imagine what life will be like when she's 30 pounds less. But that's not actually true. She can tap into her imagination and really spend some time with that idea, with who she is at 30 pounds less. It's the same thing when it comes to your finances. If you're thinking to yourself, I don't even know what it would feel like to not worry about money anymore. I really want you to consider that you can actually figure it out before you get to that stage of your life. And actually, that's how you get to that stage of your life. If you can never imagine it, it can never be. So consider that. Because one part of the conversation that I have on the free consultation that I offer is I really guide you through what it is that you want and then what does it feel like to have it. I have so many women who tell me, I don't know what it feels like. That's not possible. I know your brain tells you that, but remember, when your brain tells you, I don't know, it's just a cop out, it's protection. So you need to pierce through that, I don't know, and be really radically honest with yourself. If you did know, what would that feel like if you actually didn't have to struggle with money anymore? Like, really stay there. As a matter of fact, spend a day with that because that's the work that I did with myself to really truly believe in my ability to handle money and never be stressed about money ever again. I used to wake up in the middle of the night anxious because I didn't have answers to some of my questions when it came to money. I would wake up with the panic attack, my heart racing, nothing calming me down because I thought I didn't know how to answer those questions. But over time, it passed because I built self trust by answering my questions. What would it be like to be worry free with money? You would sleep through the night. That's what it would be like. You wouldn't be checking your account every 2 minutes just to see if the bill went through or avoiding your credit card statement. You wouldn't wait till you get to the restaurant before you find out if you do have the funds to pay for that meal. You would know. You would just be so confident that you know exactly what's going on with your money. If you if you're a business owner, you wouldn't be surprised when the bank tells you your business loan got denied because your credit score isn't great or your credit history isn't great. You would know because the woman who's financially confident, who's not worried about money anymore, she's really well versed into her numbers. She doesn't avoid them anymore. And what does life look like when you don't avoid your numbers? You start paying attention to them more often and then you start making more of them. Because the thing you pay attention to is the thing that grows. So that's what life would be like if you tapped into your imagination.